Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of I Can Do That. My name is Robbie, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 books to set your life up for success. Now, there's a lot of lists out there, there's a lot of people talking about a similar subject, but they all use the same books. They use How to Win Friends and Influence People, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich. Uh, a lot of the books they're using are the same. Now, my list is a little bit different because with these 5, you will actually be creating success in your life. I don't believe that success is found, I believe it's created. And these books create a framework for your life to create success every day. So, with that being said, let's jump into it. Book number 1, Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck. Now, I'll be honest, you don't have to read this entire book. You could take a handful of chapters, read through them, and get the idea. But the way that she presents the information of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset is really interesting because a lot of us, we think, yeah, I can't do that. I see somebody doing something spectacular. I'm like, nope, I can't do that. But really, the mind shift is, I can't do that yet. Now, I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and both of them frequently tell me, yeah, Dad, I can't do that. And I'm trying to help them understand that it's not about being able to do it right now, because yeah, it's your first time. You're probably going to be bad at it. But how do you have the mind shift of, I can't do that yet, but I'm going to keep practicing so that I can eventually do that? So you got to get your mind right with mindset. Book number 2 is Atomic Habits with James Clear. This book is probably number 1 on my list of books to read. By far my favorite because James Clear talks about how our minds and bodies work and the habits we create to essentially be who we are today. And if you don't like who you are, it breaks down into the habits that you have. And James Clear talks about how we take our habits and we can actually overwrite them with new habits to create a new and better life. Now, one of my favorite subjects that he talks about is the power of 1%. He says if you are 1% better every day, at the end of a year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. Just with being 1% better, that is totally manageable. So, got to get your mind right, and then you have to figure out how to use habits to improve your life. Now, once you have those 2 down, it's time to start having fun and thinking big. The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. David Schwartz. I'll be honest, it's a little old. It was written back in 1959, but the idea is the same. Once you have your mindset and your habits, you need to start thinking big picture with big horizons. Okay. We often think and contain ourselves and put ourselves in this box of, yeah, I'm not good enough for X, Y, and Z. It's beyond me. It's out of my league, whatever it may be. But Dr. David Schwartz talks about how we don't need to set those boundaries. And every chapter is a different aspect of our life that we can be thinking big and dreaming big. But once you have those ideas, you need to start taking action. And that's where book number 4 comes in. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. Now, these 2 guys, they talk about some extreme situations where ownership is absolutely necessary. Okay, they are Navy SEALs and they talk about their experience and they relate it back to the business world. Now, we may not see or have the same experiences as them, but that doesn't mean we can't take ownership of our lives and ultimately of our success. Just because it's focused towards a business setting doesn't mean we can't apply it to our personal life. So you got to take ownership. You have to be accountable for what you're doing and what you're creating. A lot of people think, well, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to say whatever I want. Okay, as long as you're willing to accept the consequences that may come from your actions and from your words. So, extreme ownership, I love it. it really focuses on being accountable and taking that ownership of your life. Now, once you have those 4 books down, we come to book number 5, which is Grit by Angela Duckworth. I guarantee you that when you are in your path to creating success, there's going to be a day you're going to wake up, open your eyes, and think, not today. Nope, too tired. I've been busting my butt. I've been working hard. I've been doing all this stuff. I'm not seeing the results I wanted. And you're going to want to just take a break. Don't get me wrong, breaks are okay. It's okay to take a day off, but never take 2 days off in a row. Grit is where you find the perseverance, the discipline, and using your passion to power you forward. And Angela Duckworth does a great job of explaining how to find that grit and use it to your advantage. So, those are my 5 books. You have Mindset, Atomic Habits, Magic of Thinking Big, Extreme Ownership, and Grit. With those 5 books, you will be able to create the framework and the infrastructure to create success in your life every single day. If you enjoy this content, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you think I'm missing a book that should be on this list. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.